Hello guys, and welcome back to Igniting Illumination. And today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different than doing my regular drawing challenge. Today I'm going to be drawing poses. Or actually I'm going to start with one, and it's going to be fighting pose where one guy reaches forward with one arm to punch and he's in the fighting position. So I'm going to teach you how to do that with starting with the circle and guidelines. So let's start with the circle. The circle is going to be the head. So let's make a draw a circle here. And now you want the circle as round as you can get it. And you decide the size of the circle depending on how big your drawing is going to be. So there we have a round circle. Now I'm just erasing it to get the circle here. So now that's circle. So now for the guidelines, we're going to do the neck. So the neck is going to come down like this, and the shoulder is going to, his right shoulder is going to go this way, so we're going to draw a straight line going that way, and the line, his shoulder is kind of going diagonally down to the left, so something more like this there. And his other shoulder is going to be up here actually, so we're going to draw a line here, almost vertical, going up to the head here. So now to draw the body. So first we will put a line going a bit diagonally down. This is going to be his where his torso is. And now for his legs. His left leg is going to come out a bit like this, or this one is just a guideline for the hip to be more accurate, and so it's going to come out a bit like this, and his right hip is coming out like this, and his right one is going to be a little bit longer, out like this, and let's not make it too big. And it's going to come down like this, and slightly slanted like that, and it's going to go a bit slanted in the upward left direction, so like this. And an important thing to note here is that the length between here, the thigh, from the hip to the knee, should be about the same length from the knee to the bottom of the toe, or to the heel. And for this one we're going to, his leg is going to come out like this, a bit more, try to keep it consistent. trying to keep it consistent, and it's going to go down like this. So you can probably tell by now that it's going to be a bit of foreshortening that's going to be going on. So now for his right arm, it's going to go down at a slight angle to the right, and it should end right about below the it should come in before this guideline for his torso and go a bit under, just to pass the torso line a bit here, and it's going to come back up like this. There. And for his other arm, it's going to go from here. Let me erase that. Excuse me. And it's going to be here. It's gonna end right around here. We'll make any small changes as we go, but that's the guidelines that you want to have down. So let's start with the head. So, and kind of the head, the neck, face. So here we want to make another line for part of the neck. It goes up like this and comes in like that, and up to the right. So we want to make these the lines a bit more defined. So like that. It goes sharp up diagonal. These are all pretty slanted lines, so yeah. And I'm just changing it a bit until it feels the way it's supposed to be. And I think that's it for the for the hand kind of thing. So it's going to, the other side of his neck here is going to start about here, and we want it to go around the shoulder here to form the shoulder in a nice kind of semi-oval shape. And then onto the triceps, and the elbow, and then pretty much the line is going straight up, well, not straight up, but in a slanted way. It doesn't have any curves to say then. The vertical line is slanted. Okay. So now we're going to draw the other part of your shoulder here. So make another semicircle here and start drawing the biceps, which you can think of as another semi-oval, sorry. And here by the elbow we want to start a bit in and come out like this. And let me just erase the starting guidelines so we can see what's happening a little bit better. Okay, so here's shoulder, or yeah, and biceps, forearm, and now to draw the hand. And if you want, I can do a separate video explaining how to draw the hand more specifically, but I'm just going to show how I draw it. So first I go out like this. Right now, in this scenario, or in this case, it's vertical line up, and then I do the same thing with the right side of the hand, where the pinky finger is going to be, and this is the thumb, so it's going to go like this and kind of in a boxy shape like this. And then for the pointing finger, like that. Need to make some adjustments. As you see, the hand is getting a little bit too big, so you want to make it a bit smaller. So just make this a bit smaller. As you can see, I made the fingers they're pretty box shaped, especially the top of the fingers, so that's definitely something to keep in mind. And can add some knuckles here. And let's see, next we'll draw the other shoulder. So it's going to, the other shoulder, we're seeing it from the back kind of, and it's going to start about where you see the other line starting, the same level, and it's going to go like this and end. It's going to end before the other shoulder ends. So let's just see how it looks. See that I'm not satisfied with the look, so gotta change it and change the positioning of this a bit. So before we actually draw the arm out here, let's do this first. So maybe a bit more like this. Okay, yeah, it's looking a lot better. Like so. Thing is, right now it looks a bit big, doesn't it? That's probably fine in there. Yeah, that's good, but let me just, now that we got the other shoulder in place here, you can shade it in a little later, but first let's draw the back. The back starts, let's see, if this is the shoulder, the back, you'll start seeing the back from about here, and it's going to come out a bit like that, and it's going to come back in and then go back out by the legs. So we don't want it too, we don't want the edge to be we don't want the edge here to be too sharp. We want it to kind of be a smooth, rounded, kind of gradual change like that. Now for the leg, just a round kind of shape like this, and we couldn't go down almost all the way to here, the beginning of the line, or by the knee. Okay, and the other part of the knee, the inner thigh starts about here, the middle of his elbow, and it's following the same shape as we did on that side. Go down like this, and to make the knee. Oh, let me just adjust this so you can see what's happening. There. So it came down here, curved it. Now we're just going parallel to this line. And up here, we want to create more of a let's see. There is going to start with a more curved, because the leg is in a bent position, so the muscle is shown here, the calf muscle. And I'm going to end with the foot coming down here. Just adjust this a bit, make it a bit longer. Yeah, that's great. And so here is the foot, comes down like this from the back and goes in, and slightly comes a bit out again, and here is where the toes will start. So this is actually where he is standing. I'm just drawing a curved line here to represent, and we want to make another line here that's parallel to this one, so that we can see that so it can show that he's standing, and we want to draw this line there because we can't see the whole foot. Then follow line of that. So it's basically going to be parallel, these lines. And for the toes, I think the big toe is going to be here, and then all the other toes follow. Okay. Now let me just go in and change this, give them a little bit more figure, a little bit more shape. There we go. And now toenails, just small circles there, so you can see there's something lines. There we go. And for the other leg, I want to draw it out like this. It's going to be coming down. It's going to following this pattern. It's going to curve down slightly here, and then the knee is going to wrap around like this and come in like that. And go a bit out. Like so. And leg coming down here, make come down like this, and the other part coming down here. And then the foot starts here already. Just remember, this is foreshortened. Excuse me. Just getting a hiccup. Okay. Foot comes in like this, curves in, curves back out. And it's going to curve in this time like that. And the foot just goes back like that. I mean, not exactly. Let me change that a bit. Started to look a bit strange. So it's going to go. Oh, I know. I need to make it a little bit wider. There. There you go. Okay, so now that we finished the foot, you know what, let's, we might as well do the chest now. So, okay, so the chest, start drawing it from around here. It's going to come like this and come in like that. Yeah. And so the breast muscles are going to be here. Here. There it is. To make that a bit smaller, and now I need to make this a bit smaller. I'm going to use my pencil eraser since I want to erase the whole hand. So I want to make this come a little bit more in, you know, and just do it until it feels right. So for now, to have it yeah, never mind, that was good. Now for the arm coming out here, so think about it going through here, shoulder, triceps, going there, essentially. Now this arm is going to look a bit different from the other ones that we've drawn. So like this, it's going to go like this, and it's gonna come up on the hand here. Here's the knuckle, it comes down here, curves, slants down to the left, goes horizontal like that, and up like that. Comes back out. And goes in like that. There you go. But there are some minute changes that we need to make, like here. And here is going to be, here is one finger that's folded like this, thumb, inside finger going there, like that. So let's make that. So here, and one final adjustment here to the hand. make that a bit bigger. So here is the knuckle, and comes down here. See the side of the finger that comes in here, that's what this thing is. And here's the thumb, and yeah, that's it. So now, you know what, let's start by erasing the guidelines that we put in the beginning. So we want to draw the ear. The ear is going to be it's going to be here where it kind of the neck curves. To draw that here, maybe just a bit bigger, so like that, kind of like a hook. And for the hair, it's going to come down here. For here, just draw your favorite kind of hairstyle. So mine is going to be like this, kind of spiky, and comes up here behind the ear, goes like this. To make it a bit more spiky, you can even do like this, making quick strokes. Now let me just erase the guidelines for the head, the circle that we placed in the beginning, and voila, there you go. Now let me just add some lines here, there, here, there, and yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Let me just make some more small changes. So you know how the back kind of has a place where it curves in. It starts here by the shoulder and it curves kind of like this. So that's kind of what we're seeing here, and it comes up here and goes back down for the back because he's kind of, he's not in an erect position, he's kind of hunching forward. So yeah, now need to make this a little more spiky, not too much like that. Yeah, that's it. And then go in, comes out, make the leg a little smaller. You know, just things that you notice and you think they need changing. That looks a little strange, you know. Just change them. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Starting to finish, at least the penciling part. I'm going to do an inking part here as well, which is going to be awesome. Yeah, let me see, there's some little change here I still want to make. Well, guys, done it. This is set. So I'll be back. Hello guys, and welcome back to Igniting Illumination. Today I'm going to be inking it, so let's get started. So the pen I'm using now, it's 0.4 millimeters is the width of the pen brush. Okay, so let's get started. I think I want to do the hair with thinner thickness. I don't want to use a thick pen for that, so let's do the contours of the body with this one and see how it works. Yeah, that's gonna go good. So be careful. So your hand might start to wobble if you take too long on one line. So you don't want to rush it, but you don't want to take very long. Just in between. Now coming up to the hand. This is a place where you typically might be a little extra careful. There. There you go. So, and let's start with the torso, come down here, lines for the breast muscles, the back, now going on to the leg. So when you want to do a bit, when you want to ink something that's a little more, has more detail, you want to use an inking pen that's not so thick. There we go. Oops, for the other leg. Comes down here. There. Now for the other arm. Oh. And if you can notice, I'm leaving the fine, more specific details till when I'm getting the, till I use a pen with that's not so thick. Let's throw that in there. Let's fill this in. The contours here. I'm even going to do the ear so that you can see that he has a ear and it doesn't just disappear. And now I'm going to change to a pen with less thickness. This one is 0.3 millimeters. And I'm going to do like knuckles, the hair, when you ink the hair, you want to do it with quick movements so that you can get a nice line. So confidence when you're drawing the hair, because you do it at such a speed. And that's another thing with the hair, you tend to be a little more careful because and you just naturally do. So there it is. And let me just say, now it's time to use a kneading eraser. Here it is, piece of my kneading eraser, and now just start erasing. See how everything looks, and if you need to do anything extra, add any more lines or anything. There you go, the finished product. Let me just move this up a bit so you can see the whole thing. There. So, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you'd like to see me do next. Anything, any feedback, anything. And once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.